What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today I was just trying to go to a bouncy castle party with my children, and it seems like One Piece had other ideas. They've gone and dropped a huge update about OP-14, and that includes all of the alternate art leaders and a new super rare for each of the leaders, so we've got quite a lot to talk about. Let's get going with Dracul Mihawk. I am hyped about this Dracul Mihawk leader, and we've got a new super rare Perona to go along with it. I think you add all of that up together and we can be a little bit hyped. Now the leader, as a quick reminder, it gets an extra 1000 power if your opponent's leader has the slash type, and as an activate main, you rest any one of your cards, any card will do, and if there is a 5 cost or higher character on the board, you can set free Don active, but then you're not allowed to play character cards this turn. But you can use a Don for other stuff. What have we got with this new Perona? Well, firstly, I was gutted that we got a Gecko Moria leader when we could have had Perona, but now I'm on the Mihawk train because we got Perona here. 5 cost 6k, counter plus 1000. On play, up to 2 of your opponent's 5 cost or lower characters cannot become rested until the end of your opponent's next end phase. Oh. Yeah, we've seen rulings for this before, by the way. We know what this means. It means they cannot block, they cannot attack, they cannot use skills that would cause them to become rested. You can't play cards to rest them. Anything that would cause the card to become rested in any way will fail. That's a great skill on a 5 cost. But wait, there's more. On KO, you can rest one of your cards, character, leader, Don, stage, one card, any card, and then you can play a green character with a cost of 5 or less from your hand. Oh. Yeah, that's absurd. I've got an on-play skill that basically turns off 2 characters for a turn, 5 cost or lower, and then a KO skill that lets me replace this. Also, as a side note, it is cost 5 or lower, and it doesn't say other than Perona, so yes, you can absolutely use this to chain Perona. I was hyped about Mihawk before, I am more hyped now. Now here's the alternate art for Gecko Moria, mechanically probably my favourite leader in the set. It's green-yellow, we talked about this before, but since we're talking about these new super rares, I'll give you a very quick refresher about the leaders. By the way, fake manga heads. They have the appearance of the manga heads, but they're not Oda artwork. They are new artwork by new people. The Gecko Moria leader is a dual color black and yellow. Activate main once per turn. KO one of your Thriller Bark characters. And then your leader and all of your characters get a 1k bump for the turn. And when you're attacking, when the leader is attacking, trash 3 cards from your hand, and then add the top card of your deck to your life. Yes, I know this isn't going to fire every turn. I know there's going to be issues with hand size and all of that. But even if you get this once or twice during the game, that's 1 or 2 extra life you've got. That still seems like a big win to me. In terms of a new super rare here, it's not Perona, little bit sad. It is Gecko Moria. And what we got here is 8 cost 10k, and on play, you may play up to 1 4 cost or lower Thriller Bark Pirates character from your trash, or add it to the top of your life face up. This one was a little bit of a pain to translate, but it's right there in there. From your trash, 4 cost or lower Thriller Bark character, add to the top of your life face up, or play. Yeah. Again, this seems very good. And of course, if you're adding it to the top of your life, you're going to be hopefully getting one there with a pretty nice trigger. Speaking of which, there is a trigger here that lets you play a 4 cost or lower character from your trash. Good news, doesn't have to be Thriller Bark. You can play any 4 cost or lower character. Bad news, it is just play. You cannot add it to your life. Still seems like a very strong card. Now, Trafalgar Law is what we got here instead of Kuma, which honestly makes me legitimately sad. But as a reminder, we got a 5,000 power, 5 life, and of course the reminder also gives me a chance to show off the awesome artwork we're dealing with here. Activate main once per turn, select 2 of your Supernova or Heart Pirate characters, and swap their base power for the turn. So make a character with Rush significantly more powerful, as an example. Well, what we've got here is a 1 cost 0 power Luffy, which yes is Supernova, so can be a target of Law's skill. And on play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, find a Supernova other than Monkey D. Luffy, add it to your hand, put the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. And when attacking, one of your opponent's characters gets minus 1,000 power for the turn. Of course, normally attacking with a 0 power character would be a bit rubbish, but do bear in mind you can swap this with a more powerful character, and I don't see any reason why we couldn't attack with a powerful character. They've done what they need to this turn, then swap their power with Luffy and get Luffy swinging, so you essentially get 2 swings with the increased power. People are going to have some fun with Law. Now, Jinbe, I am finding myself sneaky kind of excited about. We got a 5,000 power, 5 life mono blue, and activate main, trash a card from your hand, and then give up to 2 rested Don to one of your Fishman or Merfolk leader or characters. Now, we have lost all of the green Fishmen that we've had previously, which is a bit sad, and you do have to trash a card from your hand, but we're starting to get a bunch of cards which are helping out here, like, for instance, this new Jinbe. Phenomenal artwork, incidentally. 8 cost 10k, and if you have discarded a card from your hand with one of your effects this turn, character gains Rush. You are going to be trying to use a leader skill every turn. If you have used a leader skill this turn, this gets Rush. That's absurdly good. 8 cost 10k Rush, love it. That's not all. Because we've got on play, rest 2 of your Don, draw 2 cards, and return a character with a cost of 7 or lower to the owner's hand. So you're bumping a 7 cost or lower, which is really good. And you're also drawing 2 cards. Just a straight draw 2. No trashing or anything like that. Oh, look. It's giving you, and this is not the first draw card we've seen that pairs with Jinbe in this set. We've not seen much of the set. Seems like the card designers are giving Jinbe a bunch of draw to help fuel its leader skill, and that makes me even more excited. I'm starting to think Jinbe could be kind of good. Now we got ourselves Boa Hancock. This is going to be a very popular alternate art. We got a dual color blue and yellow, and I love how the alt art really shows off the snake earrings. That's a nice touch. And on your opponent's turn, when you play a character, draw a card. Basically, we're looking at trigger here. Yeah, when you play a character on your opponent's turn, which is normally going to happen because of trigger, draw a card. Love it. Every trigger now also draws you a card. And also, this isn't once per turn. It is on your opponent's turn when you play a character, draw a card, as often as you like. Don X1, once per turn, when one of your Amazon Lily or Kuja Pirates characters with an original power of 5,000 or more is KO'd, you can make your opponent add the top card of their life to their hand. This seems like a pretty strong leader. And we compare it with a new Boa Hancock character, which obviously has a trigger. But it's a weird one, we'll get there in a minute. 9 cost 10k, and on play, if your leader is Kuja Pirates, then you can add 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life, and then your opponent adds a card from the top of your opponent's life to their hand, so you gain a life and they lose a life. That seems very strong. As a trigger, you play any character from your hand with a cost of 6,000 or less and trigger. So you have to play a character with trigger, and it has to be 6k or less. So basically, it lets you play a character, just not this Boa Hancock. And you do have to have a 6k or lower with trigger in your hand to take advantage of this. But you got a good trigger, you got 10k power, and on play, you can add a card from the top of your deck to the top of your life. You gain a life. And your opponent adds a card from the top of their life to their hand. They lose a life. Again, this seems incredibly strong. I'm kind of loving this. Don Quixote Doflamingo's got a rather nice alternate art. You know, you using the strings. We see what you're doing there. As a reminder, this is a mono purple leader. And when your opponent attacks once per turn, Don -1. Select your leader or one of your Don Quixote Pirates characters. And then change the target of this attack to the selected card. Basically turn any of your Don Quixote Pirates into a blocker. Which, I mean, the leaders in this set seem really good. I'm just putting it out there. And obviously right now they're showing us a lot of the best cards in the set, so pinch of salt as always. But there's something here with a lot of these leaders. In terms of new cards, it's a Doflamingo. Not all of them, but a lot of them have doubled up the leader in super rare, and that kind of makes me happy. 10 cost 10k. It better be good for 10 cost. On play, Don -3. So it's a 10 cost and Don -3. We're asking a lot here. Choose one of the following two options. Either, if your leader has a Don Quixote Pirates type, then you get to KO an 8 cost or lower. Nice, one of your opponents specifically. Or you can choose 3 of your opponent's 7 cost or lower characters, and they cannot become rested until the end of your opponent's next end phase. Same as I said with Perona a moment ago, that's anything. Attacking, blocking, using a skill, whatever it is all off the table. We are seeing some good cards here. Now, the alternate art of Crocodile, there's something too smooth about this. There's an uncanny valley going on. It's a bit weird, this one. And it kind of looks a bit like a toy because the face is too cylindrical. I don't know. There's something about this that creeps me out a bit. But we've got a mono black leader, and this is the one that initially made no sense. Because it says that your opponent's characters cannot be removed from the field by your effects. And then we've got an activate main once per turn that lets you KO one of your Baroque work characters to give one of your opponent's characters -10 cost for the turn. And then trash 2 cards from the top of your deck because black likes to play from the trash. But this was weird because what you're doing is giving your opponent a 0 cost character, but then the reason you do that is to get rid of them using skills, but then you can't get rid of them using skills. It seemed weird. Now, we've already seen a couple of cards that help out, but what about Mr. 2 Boncray Bentham? Well, 4 cost 5k, counter plus 1,000, and on KO, play up to 1 5 cost or lower Baroque Works character other than Mr. 2 Boncray Bentham from your trash or your hand. Okay. Doesn't really do much for your whole -10 cost malarkey, but it does help because, well, when you're getting stuff in the trash from your leader skill, you can play it with Boncray Bentham. Oh, also, as a side note, you can basically use this with your leader skill. So this is a 4 cost, you play it down, use your leader skill to KO it, and then play a 5 cost from your trash. And if you're using a leader skill a bunch, you're going to end up with more options in your trash than in your hand. So now you're paying 4 Don to play Mr. 2 Boncray Bentham, but then you're KOing it immediately so that you can play a 5 cost from your trash where you've got more options anyway. It's not really doing much with the -10 cost, but it absolutely is comboing with the leader very nicely indeed, with the whole needing it to be KO'd and then filling your trash full of cards you can take advantage of. Frankly, this is awesome. I'm a bit of a fan. We've seen some good cards here. For me, I'm still looking, it's probably going to end up for me being Mihawk or Gecko Moria, but I'm just telling you, Jinbe's kind of making a little bit of an argument to be included as one of my favourites. But for now, I've told you what you need to know. I've shown you the alternate art leaders. I've shown you 7 new super rares from the set. And now it's over to you guys. Tell me which leader you're liking from the set. Tell me if you like these new alternate arts. Tell me anything you want to tell me in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching What's he plays?